Welcome to LSEF. Halina't maging bahagi ng liga ng kabataang masigla, mahusay at mabuti. With the goal of raising learners who are healthy in mind, body, and spirit, LSEF has established 7 components of its academics and co-curriculars. First is ISAAC, International Standard Academic and Auxiliary Curriculum. This is the modular approach towards progressive and transformative learning. Second, Chinese for All. This gives all our students the opportunity to learn Mandarin Chinese language. Third, Musika Bataan. This is a combination of music and arts in their learning. Fourth, KKK Green Revolution. Kilusan para sa kalinisan at kaayusan ng kapaligiran at kalikasan. Fifth, SAIL, Super Activibo Integrated Learning. Sixth, Enterprise, Entrepreneurship Exercises. Seventh, we have the Huddle Hubs, or the Life Coaching and Accountability Clusters. We aim to prepare learners in the values, discipline, and firm foundations of learning, namely, develop good study habits, succeed academically, yung pumapasa sila sa mga asignatura nila, work independently and interdependently, develop sound judgment and self-confidence, feel sensitivity and respect for others, and be aware of their own strengths and weaknesses. They can find the courage to overcome these. The LSEF Preschool Report Card will be containing these subjects. The LSEF Grade School and High School Report Cards will be having these components. Along with the numerically graded subjects, we also have the Character and Personality Development component. It contains the character traits under masigla, amiable, brave, happy, healthy. Mahusay, brilliant, diligent, motivated, resourceful. Mabuti, God-fearing, respectful, selfless, truthful. Preschoolers will also be evaluated in their practical life skills, which contains the social and emotional development. Let's move on to our LSEF grading system. Here are the principles when teachers grade students' work. We are strictly zero-based. No form of transmutation will be used. A teacher may give a student a 0 for non-compliance or non-submission of projects. Grading is based on merit, competency, and true performance only. The subject teacher has the academic freedom to design lessons and formulate test questions appropriate to his or her subject. Teachers must be consistent and impartial when grading students' work. The teachers must use school standards. Remedial sessions, interventions, and any form of make-up test will only be conducted at the academic dean's discretion. There will be no make-up test or activities given for unexcused absence or tardiness. The academic dean's authority will prevail in tests, point allocations, and grades. There will be no announcement of ranking in any academic tests or activity. The report card is a copy of the original grade, which is being kept and maintained by the school. Therefore, the student's true achievement record should prevail over any report card writing errors. School standards will be followed in qualifying learners to the Honor Society for special awards and other form of recognition. These are to be announced at the end of the academic year. The LSEF grading system applies 2 kinds of assessment: quantitative and qualitative assessment. Quantitative is quantity check. These are quantifiable, pwedeng bilangin, and the teacher's grades are given out using fractions and percentages. While qualitative is a quality check, the teachers will use rubrics and criteria in determining student performance. These are the rubrics that we use. For excellent, which means napakahusay, it's 95 to 100%. For good, magaling, it's 85 to 94%. For fair o sapat na, it's 75 to 84%. for weak or kapos, or the student has not submitted any at all, it's 0 to 74%. Quantitative activities could be anything that can be quantifiable, like drills, quizzes, long tests, and exams. Qualitative projects are activities that are very hard to quantify, mahirap bilangin. These are art and music projects, composition or creative writing, handwriting, behavior, time management, oral tests, and etc. In quantitative assessment, the practice score is given in fractions. The graded score may be given in fraction and a final percentage mark. In qualitative assessment, teachers may provide criteria or point ranges for each rubric. An example of criterion is creativity. In computing grades for the major subjects, here are the components. A teacher may give a minimum of 2 long tests per quarter, or instead of an examination, the teacher may substitute this with a major project instead. The computation for mother tongue is as follows. For minor subjects like music and the arts, this is the computation. For PE, these are the components. For minor subjects like the HELE, TLE, EPP, and computer, these are the criteria. And this is the computation of grades in health. In Mandarin Chinese, these are the components. LSEF's Mandarin Chinese education has 2 programs. First is CSL, or Chinese as a Second Language. The second is the C4A, the Chinese for All. This is the computation for Edukasyon sa Pagpapakatao, or ESP. The school aims to apply ESP as a true reflection of character and conduct and a tool for character building in principle and practice. Hindi lang sa salita, maging sa gawa. The system of merits and demerits will be applied in several areas. First is in their punctuality and presence in their synchronous activities. These are activities that students must be present online. These demerits will be applied when students commit major offenses. These offenses will be discussed in detail in Part 3 of our orientation. In gauging and measuring a student's behavior, we use the following rubrics and criteria for character. Exemplary or dapat tularan, commendable, kapuri-puri, satisfactory or dapat dagdagan pa ang pagpupusa. Needs improvement or kailangan ng puspusang paggabay at pangaral. In principle, a student must maintain a good track record and build a reputation for trustworthiness. This is most important in ESP.
Good day, everyone. This is Teacher Carrie and I will be presenting to you the guidelines specifically for the preschool department. This is the schedule for synchronous learning. Classes will start daily at 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. sharp. Be prepared for class 5 to 10 minutes before the time to avoid delays. Subjects for the day are grouped per teacher as indicated in the table. The teacher may set a separate schedule with the student if extra time is needed for his or her learning. Teachers will be available from 8 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. weekdays. Kindly coordinate with the teacher for the day if you encounter any problems during the online session. This is the daily workflow for our modules and worksheets. The modules and worksheets to be provided are already good for 1 quarter. You will be advised regularly on when to submit the answered worksheets. We shall send the parents feedback as soon as we are finished checking them. At the end of a set of work, the teachers will use the rubrics to grade student performance and shall base assessment on the following criteria: neatness, completeness, promptness, correctness of answers, and following directions. The corrected worksheets shall be deposited by the teachers to the student's folder in the Google Drive. This shall form part of the student's portfolio for that quarter. The teacher will give a quiz and an oral recitation after a topic discussion. Parents shall advise the teachers when the student is ready for these activities. These must be taken within 3 days after the teacher gives the announcement for a quiz or oral recitation. Within the quarter, at least 2 projects will be required for submission on a set deadline. Project specifications and criteria will be given and the project will be assessed quantitatively. At the end of the quarter, summative assessments will be given to the learner in place of the periodic exams. The scope covers all the pointers for that quarter. These shall be graded using quantitative and qualitative assessments, the average of which becomes the learner's periodic exam grade.
Dear parents, for fun and effective learning, please remember the following tips. Be available to assist your child in the setup of online learning. Provide a conducive study environment for the learner as required by the school. Be engaged during your child's online classes so as to have an idea how the lesson will be communicated and taught during offline learning. Be informed of the requirements, deadlines, and progress of your child to avoid missing anything. Be open to communicate and coordinate with the teacher for questions or clarifications. Let's break the ice! Would you like to try some fun learning apps with our LSEF Dubai? We have scheduled 3 time slots this Wednesday, August 19. Time slot A is 1 to 2 p.m., time slot B is 2 to 3, and time slot C is 3 to 4 p.m. This is open to parents and students. All you need to prepare is install Zoom and any browser in your gadgets. See you there! Thank you for watching. Part 3 of our orientation is on August 18, Tuesday.